Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. This is Haider. I'll be reviewing this book, Attire of Taqwa by Omar Yassin. Taqwa is one of my topic of interest, and I really wanted to learn about this topic from different perspective, and I find out about this from Amazon, and I thought why not I share what I learned from this book with other someone can benefit from. So taqwa is basically have a different meaning. And I'm student myself. I apologize in advance if I do any mistakes or something I can't explain correctly. So what I have learned, and I'm still studying this book, it's about conscious of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, of conscious of God, and of doing good even when someone is not looking at you, or taking measures to avoid bad. And that's what, in short, what I have learned about taqwa. And it's about mentioned 222 times in Holy Quran, and that shows the importance of this topic in our everyday life. So it have repeated again and again in Quran about being conscious, fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it have very dynamic perspective. And I'm glad I found out this book, and it have addressed this topic from different perspective, and we'll go through further when I'll review the different chapters of this book as well. And I highly recommend to get this book if you can, and if you live where you can't get this book, let me know. If I'm be happy if I can ship if I'm able to ship you the copy. I'll be glad to do that. And I'm not getting paid for anything, it's just my passion about this topic, and I really love this topic. I think I'm very passionate about productivity, doing things better in everyday life, and I found out that taqwa is so important concept which can help in our daily life to be conscious and doing good, um, and be productive. So I'll be going through some of the slides which I have found in this book. First is about, it's mentioned the ayah from Surah Al-Baqarah, ayah 2nd. ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين. This is the book about which there is no doubt, a guidance for those conscious of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So as we know, Quran is a guidance for everybody, but this is especially the guidance for Hudal lil Muttaqeen. In the other Surah Al-Imran, it's mentioned هذا بيان للناس وهدى وموعظة للمتقين. This Quran is a clear statement to all the people and guidance, instructions for those conscious of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So again, this is mentioned, this is the guidance of Quran is for those who are conscious, those who have a taqwa. And you might have seen in her, there are a lot of people, they, even if you can memorize the Holy Quran, but if you do not have a conscious and taqwa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that is the example is stated in the book as like if you give a light lamp to a blind person, he's not going to be able to get anywhere. uh, so it's the same analogy here mentioned. So even if you have memorized the whole Quran and you're not practicing what is message mentioned in the Quran, you don't have a conscious for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that guidance, that light of hidayah, it's not gonna take you anywhere. uh, it's mentioned, it's been asked, and there's another saying, Umar bin Khattab have was narrated to ask Ubay Khad, a prominent companion of Holy Prophet ﷺ, and a distinguished scholar, about the meaning of taqwa. And later he answered saying, have you ever walked on a thorny road? Yes, answered Omar. Then Ubay asked him another question. What did you do? Omar replied, I picked up my clothes and did my best to avoid the thorns. Then Ubay responded, that is taqwa. So taqwa is taking measures and precautions to avoid the bad. That's also taqwa. So it's a very good, very broad concept, and it's a very good analogy here. And another Al-Shakwani mentioned, it is the fear of Al-Jalil, living according to Al-Tanzil, the Holy Quran and Holy Prophet Sunnah, and getting ready for the departure from this world, preparing oneself for the Day of Judgment. So that is also taqwa. So it's the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and spending your whole life based on teaching of Quran and Holy Prophet's teaching, sallallahu. And there are different chapters. If you read, see in the book contents, it's taking from different perspective of this topic. There's a spiritual side of taqwa. There's a role of heart in taqwa. I haven't read those chapters. I'm really excited. I'm gonna explore them, and I'll post the review in this short video format. The psychology of taqwa, dynamic nature of taqwa, lessons of taqwa from Ibadur Rahman, the Quranic questions and analogies, and lesson of taqwa from Luqman's advice. And there are stories based on taqwa. So I'm really excited. I'm gonna explore them. Inshallah, I'll share with you guys. Jazakallah khair.